Hi guys, today on Opportunities Avenue we are interviewing Araba Boche, the Director of Admissions and Financial Aid at Ashesi University, and she's going to tell us a lot. Let's go.
Hello!
Hey, hi Auntie Araba.
Hi, welcome!
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Araba Boche. I'm the Director, Admissions and Financial Aid at Ashesi University in Brekusu, Ghana, West Africa. Getting admissions into Ashesi, it's a simple process, but it demands full attention and commitment. We start off by asking students to go to our website, read a lot about what Ashesi stands for. Primarily, we are interested in getting a good fit, that the student or the applicant understands that this is really where they want to take up their higher education journey. And so there's an application form. Our preference is for the online form, which you will get on our website, www.ashesi.edu.gh, and when you get there, you read through what we require of you, and then you click on apply here. You will get the online form. However, we also recognize that there are people who may not have access 24 hours or for a long period to internet, so we provide the paper application, which you can also download. There are two applications: the regular admissions or application to the university, and then the scholarship or financial aid application. If you are doing the online version, there's a point at which you get a question: do you intend to apply for financial aid or scholarship? If you say yes, a number of questions will drop down, which forms the application for the scholarship. A number of people say they can't find the scholarship application form. That's how to get it. If you say no, you continue on the trajectory to just the regular admissions to the university. And once you're done, the beautiful thing is you don't have to do it at one sitting. You can start the application, pause, save, come back the next day, a week later. Once you are done, ensure to click the submit button. A lot of people complete the application and never submit. So in our system at the back end, to us, it's still an ongoing application. So it's always important to remember to click the submit button. And then for the scholarships, it's interesting that in the world of financing education, the terms scholarship and financial aid tend to be used interchangeably. And to some extent that is right. However, usually scholarships are finances that are given to students where they never pay back. But when you talk about financial aid, there are a number of them. You could have scholarships which you don't pay back, but there are things like loans and different ways of supporting you or giving you aid to finance your education. That's where you would find the main difference. One is aid to support you, which you may or may not pay back. And the other, in terms of scholarship, is generally what you don't pay back. Again, most people look at scholarships in terms of merit, whereas financial aid may tend to focus more on need. So at Ashesi University, our focus is on need-based support. And so we talk a lot about financial aid. We're supporting you on a need-based to help you pay for your university education. And we have a number of levels. We have the comprehensive scholarship, where everything is taken care of, from your transportation to and from Ashesi, your tuition fee, your feeding, you get laptops, you get everything you need to get you a holistic education. We also have partial scholarships, which range from 100% tuition discount to 25% tuition discount. In that case, you may have to take care of your feeding, your accommodation. Once in a while, we get some donors who say they want to take care of accommodation. Then we are able to give that. But that is as and when we do have that. Ashesi University itself gives away 20% of all that we receive towards financial aid. And that's the tuition discount, aside what donors give. So we have a wide range. Currently, we have about 10 scholarships or financial aid packages running at Ashesi. People make a mistake of latching onto one and say, I want scholarship A. You limit your chances when you do that. So you will see that at Ashesi University, we don't have a specific application form for, let's say, MasterCard, Jimovia, or General Electric, or Talu. We ask you what you can afford to pay or what you cannot afford to pay. And when you give us the information, the Financial Aid Committee takes a look at all the information. We do background checks. Sometimes we send people to actually go to the homes of the applicants to verify. And then you are put on an appropriate level. So when you are insistent that I want MasterCard and you don't get, the MasterCard slot may be finished, but you could get something else. But if you are adamant and you insist on getting that, then your chances of being moved to something else are limited. But let's backtrack. What do we look for in a general application? At Ashesi University, academics is important. We're looking for ability to succeed. It is not in our interest, neither is it in the interest of the student to be admitted only for them to fail out. So we're looking for academic potential, ability to succeed academically. And for us, that goes beyond your final exam grade. And so we ask for transcripts. We want to see what you've done over the course of your high school. You may not have been the star student in terms of all A's, but we see consistent growth, somebody who's been making an effort. And so when your final exam gives us, let's say, an average of a B, we know this is somebody who's willing to put in the effort required to succeed. At the same time, if somebody's transcript has been giving us E's and D's all together, and suddenly your final exam is all A's, our antenna goes up. Is there fraud here? What could have happened? And we will ask questions. So academic potential is very important to us. But remember that Ashesi goes beyond academics. We have a very unique mission where we're talking about educating ethical and entrepreneurial leaders in Africa. So your character matters. And so we're asking questions in the application form. We're having interviews, conducting interviews, one-on-one interviews to better know the student who's applying. And we can deduce the certain level or a certain type of character that we want to know and whether we would like to have you with us or not. Okay? The other thing we look at is ambition. What do you want to do with a degree? We talk about skills for life, not just getting a degree for the sake of getting a degree. So at Ashesi University, we're looking for that holistic student. So we want to see ambition. We want a student who's willing to give back or contribute to campus life, not just academics, right? A desire to help other students as you move along. There may be students who are weaker in certain areas. Are you willing to help them? You may not be the best all across. Are you willing to ask for help? So character is very important. Willingness to engage in the opportunities that are available. There's so many opportunities available at Ashesi University. We want students who show a hunger to take up the opportunities and go for it. And so those are some of the few things I'll say we look up for, that holistic person that has something that we can use as a launch pad to nurture him or her to become that kind of leader we envisage for Africa. I hope this will be useful to people looking forward to joining our community of excellence. When students are applying or sending in an application, it's a shame that sometimes they want to put everything they've ever done in their lives into 500 words. And so there's no clarity, it's just a list of things that they have done. My suggestion would be pick 2 or 3 that are relevant to your application and give a little bit of in-depth. But when you list 20 things and there's no explanation, then it becomes a bit difficult. Sometimes students are using very formal and officious language, but we want you to be yourself. We understand that you're coming from high school and we don't expect you to talk like the professor, right? So don't try to use too much officious language and don't tell us things you have not done. That's one of the major mistakes. People in their bid to try to impress say things that they have not done. And when it gets to interviews and we're asking questions, they are found wanting. So I would say the common mistakes are trying to over-impress and then trying to give language that is way beyond your level. When we read the essays or sometimes the application, straight away you know this was done for the person by somebody. And it limits your chances because we want people to be truthful. So be truthful, don't exaggerate, and don't try to tell us everything in just a short paragraph or 2. For students who are applying to universities across the world, especially to Ashesi, don't wait till it's too late. In fact, that's one of the common mistakes students make. They will wait till the last minute to apply, and because of that, they don't have time to read over the application and make corrections. So start on time, read about the university, be sure that what you want to do is offered there, the course you want to take. It's weird when we get students applying to Ashesi to say they want to do nursing, when we do not have a course in nursing. So find out what the university has to offer and tailor your applications. Or I see a student applying to one university where they are asking to do engineering, and then they send the same letter to Ashesi saying that we want to apply for business administration, and the letter is addressed to another university. So be consistent, be thorough in your application, start early. If you don't understand anything, ask. Avoid plagiarism. There are few cases where we've seen the same essay from 2 or 3 different people, word for word, and we can pick those things out. It disqualifies you immediately. Be original, be yourself. Yes, it's a competition, but we want that unique person. We don't want that carbon copy of another student. So be yourself. Start early, read a lot about that university and what you want to achieve. Tell us about yourself and tell us, or wherever you're going, tell us why you are the best candidate for that university. And remember not to overwrite. We're dealing with thousands of applications. So if you're going round and round and round and we can't see head or tail of what you're writing, you may be put aside and then we move on to the next person. But be yourself. Yes, for the last 2 years, since we got our charter, presidential charter, which allowed us to be autonomous, we are able to take transfers from other universities. But as I said earlier, Ashesi is unique. When we are admitting students, even non-transfer students, our emphasis is not just on your final exam grade. We're looking at that holistic student, right? So we look at the composite score, which is a combination of your final exam grade, your essay, your extracurricular activities, the strength in maths or other things. It's a holistic admission process. And so when people are transferring into Ashesi, first of all, we want to be sure that they meet the basic entry requirements. So we will look at all that. And then we ask for your transcript from your current university. We need to and then a letter explaining why you want to discontinue. Let me give you an example. If a student tells me, I'm coming from a university in Japan and I'm struggling with computer science, yet I want to come to Ashesi and do computer science, straight away we know it's not likely to happen, because if you're struggling in computer science, you are likely to be struggling as well, right? So those are some of the things that we look out for in transfer. We want to be sure that 1, you meet the entry requirement. 2, what were you doing and why do you want to discontinue? Then the next level, when you have met all the entry requirements, we move to academic affairs and submit your application and your transcript from your current university to them. And then they will tell us, yes, Matthew has done ABC in University Q, which is a good match to what we have in Ashesi, so we can waive those courses for him or her. So there's nothing like transferring straight into second year or third year. We will have to do a matching. You know, there are courses that are unique to Ashesi, FDE, and things, so you can't escape. So you might transfer into a second year course, but you will still have to take some first year courses. So it's on a case by case basis, and we require that you do at least 3 full years at Ashesi before you will get an Ashesi degree or certificate. So students looking to transfer, yes, it is possible. You will have to do 3 years, but the 3 years may be taking some courses in first year, some courses in your second year. We will have the academic advisor as well as academic affairs working to draw up what we call the individual curriculum planner for you. And we do that before we offer you admission, so that when you are saying yes, you're making an informed choice. We don't want you to join us only to come and feel frustrated. So it's a slightly longer process than the regular admissions. But if it is done well and the student cooperates with us, you will have a fantastic and enjoyable journey at Ashesi. All said and done, my final words is that Ashesi is a place like no other. We're very unique. Not just unique in the students we bring, but in the process we go through in training our students. It's such that across the continent, families have sent us their awards 2, 3, 4 year after year, because they see the value in what Ashesi University has to offer. And so for anybody thinking about coming to Ashesi or joining what I call that unique community of excellence, it may be slightly more rigorous than other places, but nothing good comes cheap. Don't be afraid. We're there to work with you. If you have any questions, any need for clarity, send email to admissions@ashesi.edu.gh and we will respond. Go to our website, read a lot, and be convinced this is where you want to come. It is not in our interest to let any students fail, and we will work with you to make sure when you join Ashesi, you have the best experience of your life. Thank you.